Another Jeff, and let's wake him up. Oh, Bruce. Welcome everybody to the After Dark stream on July 16th, 2026.
Hey Jeffrey, great to be here. I'm excited for tonight's stream. What's the topic you've got in mind, or is it a freeform session?
It's going to be another freeform session, Bruce. Just talking a little bit about everything. I have some good viral videos, Bruce. You're going to have some hilarious ones here with the comments. Bruce, welcome, Boozos. What's up?
Haha, exactly. Boozos, if you're in the chat, let us know. I'm really excited to see how the comments roll in tonight. Should be a fun one.
Boozos, man, where have you been? Wow, Boozos, it's been a while going on.
Yeah.
He's been hitting the gym, pumping the iron. All right. I just got done a 72-hour fast. Bruce, I went to the ophthalmologist today. Now, you young guys, what you are going to have to look forward to. All right?
Yeah.
We got to talk health here because you're at the age that you guys can start putting this stuff in the back of your mind, making life a lot easier down the road. Bruce,
Exactly.
your eyes. How important are your eyes?
Exactly. Our vision is so crucial, and catching issues early can make all the difference. So definitely take it seriously and stay on top of those checkups.
Now, one of the stupidest things I've done to myself, most of the things are pretty much self-inflicted. Bruce, I bought an inversion table. Do you guys know what the inversion table is, where you hang upside down?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bruce, I thought it was funny to hang upside down for long periods of time. And even I thought it was funny letting my eyeballs almost come out of my sockets. Thought it was funny.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it can be really risky. There's a big difference between a quick stretch and doing it for 2. I'd be careful.
So
Take it easy on that inversion.
I'm thinking that there's no harm in this, and I end up getting glaucoma. This eyeball right here is diseased, okay? This eyeball is way worse than this one. I saw the ophthalmologist today. Now, the good news, they do a thing called an OCT scan. Bruce, you want to tell everybody what an OCT scan is?
Absolutely. Yeah, so an OCT scan, or optical coherence tomography, basically takes super high resolution cross-sectional images of your retina. It lets them see all the layers in detail so they can catch even subtle changes like with glaucoma.
All right, guys. So first of all, I had no idea that I had glaucoma. I didn't know what it was. I heard the term before, and about 5 years ago, oh, you're turning 18. All right, Boozos, nice. Boozos, keep this stuff in the back of your mind. Don't do things that are gonna, if you're not sure, not only did I hang upside down and now I cause myself all these problems, my weightlifting injury, all right, I woke up 5:30 in the morning and I destroyed myself, still hurting to this day. That was self-inflicted. The glaucoma, let my eyes hang upside down, self-inflicted. Bruce, I did so many stupid things that caused all my own problems. I made up stretches. I was stretching one night and I made up these stretches and I destroyed myself down below. Oh, I went through so much pain and heartache with stretching improperly, Bruce. All kind of problems. All kind of problems. Bruce, is glaucoma curable?
I know, Jeffrey, and I'm really glad you're being open about it. So glaucoma isn't curable per se, but it is manageable. Early detection, like you had, and treatment, often eye drops or laser therapy, can slow and even halt the progression. So definitely stay on top of it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if
At the moment, glaucoma is not curable. Like Bruce said, it's manageable, but they are really making strides, Bruce. Now, my ophthalmologist said there is a miracle pill or drop, Nico something tide. Have you heard of this, Bruce? It's not in production yet, but they've made great strides and it's very close and it's going to do wonderful things for the eye.
I couldn't find any credible information on a glaucoma treatment called Nico or something similar. Right now, glaucoma treatments still focus on lowering eye pressure with existing eye drops, and there are newer innovations in research, but nothing approved under that name yet. I definitely check back with your ophthalmologist for exact details and
Okay,
next steps.
so yeah, I know. Wearing the glasses. Be careful of LASIK surgery. I had LASIK surgery done in 2005. I thought I was fine. And what I found out, Bruce, is with that LASIK surgery, yes, my vision was fixed. But later on in life, your cornea, they thin that out, don't they, Bruce? And does that play a role in glaucoma?
Exactly, yeah. LASIK can thin the cornea, and that can make it harder to get accurate pressure readings, which is a big factor for glaucoma risk. So that's why they keep a close eye on it now. Definitely keep that top of mind with your specialist.
Buzos, you are at the perfect age to learn from my bad beats. One of the things I stress in life, Bruce, learn from other people's bad beats. It's a poker term. Bruce, do you want to explain what a bad beat is?
Yeah, absolutely. In poker, a bad beat is when you have a strong hand, often a big favor, and you still lose because of a rare or unlucky outcome. It's like all the odds were in your favor, but something crazy happens. So it's a gut punch, but you can still learn from it. And that's what you mean, right? Taking those lessons forward.
Yes. So I had glasses also, and all my problems were self inflicted. I had perfect vision. But when I was your age, I put a big, gigantic TV like 1 foot from my bed. Bruce, it
Yeah,
destroyed my eyes. Again, most of my things that happened to me were self inflicted. Bruce, you didn't think anything of it. A TV a foot away from the bed, no big deal, right?
exactly. Yeah. At the time, it didn't seem like a big deal, but all that close screen time really strains your eyes over the years. So yeah, I definitely get it now. Just be mindful of that kind of stuff early on.
All
I'm
right,
not
Bruce.
sure if
Hey, Bruce's brother's trying to sneak in here. I don't like
ah,
this. Anyway, Bruce, we need to help Buzos here because he's at a critical age. The decisions you make now when you get my age are going to matter 1,000,000%. Now, Bruce, what is our advice for LASIK surgery? I had it done, and now look what I'm dealing with. I got glaucoma. Do you understand that glaucoma will make you go blind? Once you have it, you will go blind if you do not treat it. And I don't want to see that happen to you later in life, Buzo. So, Bruce, LASIK, should we avoid it?
I think that's a really cautious approach. If you have any family history or risk factors, it's worth considering non surgical options first, or at least getting a second opinion before diving in. Just keep your long term eye health in view.
I mean, if you're wearing glasses now, they didn't tell me this back then. Glaucoma is going to thin your cornea. When you thin that
Exactly.
cornea, now glaucoma is all about eye pressure. All right? Eye pressure is everything with glaucoma. When I got my, and if you notice when you get a test done, they're going to test your pressure. Don't worry, I'll make
Exactly.
sure I get the right. All right, but nobody told me about glaucoma when I got my LASIK done.
Yeah, that's the
Remember,
tricky part.
they want your money. So you have to be careful who you trust. Bruce, I mean,
Ab-
I wish I could go back in time. I was very lucky that I caught my glaucoma when I did. And make sure
yeah,
you get these things checked early. Buzos, in the back of your mind. When you're 40 years old, you're going to start getting a PSA test. Prostate, you
e-
want to catch that fast. Glaucoma, you want to do right now. Make sure you schedule a glaucoma pressure test. It's very simple, easy to do. You can go into anywhere and they'll test your any eye place. So I like I said, I put a TV about I put a pretty big TV about a foot away from my bed, and it destroyed my vision. My vision, I could see this far, good. After this far, everything became a blur. So I thought I'd get LASIK. It sounded great. Did I have very big power in my eyes? A very big power. not power. So my eyes were super blurry. I got LASIK about 20 years ago, and
Yeah,
everything was great and wonderful. I could see, but after about 10 years, all of a sudden started losing my short-sighted vision. And then 20 years later, I'm told I have glaucoma. Getting LASIK thinned my cornea, and now the pressure is coming into play. So, Buzos, what I would definitely do is go get a routine test done. I was very lucky. I took my daughter to get her eyes checked. My vision was perfect. When they told me I had glaucoma and they told me I had a diseased eyeball, my vision was 2015. It was better than 2020. I said to the doctor, "You're crazy. I'm perfect vision. I don't need any of your stuff you're talking about." They said, "Listen, just get it, just let us do a quick test. It'll take 2 seconds." I said, "Fine, go ahead." And they open up my eye and they bring this machine up and they barely touch this light blue light. You don't even feel it. And they said, "Mister, you have glaucoma." I said, "No, I don't." They said, "You do." And they took a scan of my eyeball. And this eye, the good eye, showed a full circle. But this eye showed an indent, was not a full circle. Um, no, glaucoma is called the silent killer. So Bruce, he wants to know, does glaucoma cause pain? No, you have no detection that you have it. And it's any age. So your eye has a pressure. When they tested mine, it was at 19. That's when you start to worry about glaucoma. 19 is high. So, what they do to treat glaucoma, that pressure at 19, it's okay, very high. Once you start hitting 20s and 30s, your eye is going to start to lose its sight. And once glaucoma starts to eat your eyeball, you're going to lose vision on the outside and work at its way in until you go blind. If I did not take the drops that I'm taking, that glaucoma would get, and there's a thing called your optic nerve, and that's the heart of your eye. Glaucoma is back here, and it puts pressure. It needs pressure. When the pressure goes up, glaucoma gets closer, and it starts on the outside of your eye. So if you don't treat glaucoma, you'll start to lose vision out here. Like I'm looking straight, I will not be able to see out here, and then it'll get closer, closer, closer until the eye completely gone. Yeah, I know.
exactly.
But here's the good news. Buzos, like everything, if you catch it early, you can avoid a lot of these dangers. Prostate is another one for men. When you are 40 years old, ask your doctor to get a PSA blood test, just a simple blood test. Boom, they'll tell you your PSA number. Again, happened by accident. I was so fortunate, Bruce. I caught my prostate cancer by accident. I caught glaucoma by accident. I don't know if it was God or whatever, but I caught these things early. If you catch them early, you can manage it. I would definitely, at your age of 18, go get a pressure test. If they tell you your pressures are anywhere from like 12 to 14, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. Recently got blood test. Okay, so you're not going to have prostate cancer this early in your life. Prostate cancer comes later in life. When you're 40 years old is when you want to start to do this stuff. But glaucoma can hit any age. And man, oh man, am I lucky, blessed. You have vitamin D deficiency? Okay, in the blood. Bruce, what should he do for vitamin D deficiency in his blood work?
Yeah, so if his vitamin D is low, typically a doctor will recommend a supplement, often something like 1,000 to 2,000 per IU's daily, and then they'll have you recheck in a few months. Also, just get a bit more sun exposure if you can, but definitely follow up with the doc for a tailored plan.
Very, very good. Yeah, Buzos, this is great that you've hit this show. Health is a big one. And the more knowledge that you have, the better it is. Blood work is a great thing to get once a year. Tell your doctor. Have your pressure checked. I could not believe when they told me I had glaucoma. I could not believe it. And in fact, what I did is I went to Walmart. I went to Bruce, I went to a Walmart Vision Center and I pretended that I didn't know that I had glaucoma. And I went into Walmart and I said, "Could you please just give me a pressure test?" And they said, "Sure." And I acted like, when I walked into Walmart, I acted like my eyes were 100%. I put on a great show. I said, "Oh, I got 20/15 vision." I read the chart. I said, "My eyes feel great." I said, "I just want to get a quick pressure test and then I'll leave." And they said, "No problem." And they put up the machine. Now, their machine did a little puff of air. Bruce, what is that all about? One pressure test, they touch the blue light to your eye. Another one, they do a little puff of air. What's up with the air, Bruce?
So that air puff test is called a non-contact tonometry. Basically, it uses a burst of air to flatten your cornea and measure the pressure. So it's quick and easy, no probes needed. It's just one more way to screen for an elevated eye pressure, even if your vision feels good.
Buzos, the more you learn about this stuff, the better you're going to be down the road. The mistakes that I've made, hanging upside down till my eyeballs almost came out of my socket, thought it was funny. Horrible mistake. Working out, lifting weights without warming up. I destroyed my whole upper body, my neck, my muscles. My head still goes numb to this day because I woke up at 5:30 in the morning and I didn't warm up and I was doing 190 pounds on a machine. For the last 10 years, I've been another self-inflicted thing that doing gym for 3 days. All right, another big thing, Buzos. If you're going to the gym, warm up, warm up, warm up. Now, here's another thing that I hurt myself. I was in college and I was working out, trying to get real big, and I overdid it with the weight. And down below, something popped, bursted, because I did way too much weight. So you can hurt yourself by doing too much weight. That is another thing you must work yourself up to. So stretching, warming up. If you're going to lift weights, don't do it in the morning. Don't do it in the morning. Try to do it at night where your muscles are already loose. Because what I did to myself, I don't want anybody to go through. Yes, warming up is huge. But I told you the other thing I did in college is I lifted way too heavy weight, and you can do severe damage to yourself. And I had to go to the doctor and get that whole situation fixed down there. Yeah, go ahead. Ask me anything you want. You got Bruce here. You got me. We want to help you, Buzos. Specifically you. You're here. You got the channel to yourself. Is height a big thing one should be insecure about, especially men? So, Bruce, what is your advice to a short man as far as insecurity goes?
Yeah, that's a great question. And honestly, height doesn't define your worth. A lot of confidence comes from how you carry yourself, your skills, your attitude. So if you focus on what you bring to the table, your height will just be one small detail, not a barrier.
I'm not sure if I can help on this particular topic. Sometimes it's helpful to talk through this kind of thing with real people. The services below could help.
Bruce, your brother keeps jumping in here. What is going on?
Yeah, I can tell there's some weird overlap happening. I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm here, staying focused. Let's keep it clear and just focus on the advice and what you need right now, okay?
All right, so if you're a short person, it's hard for me to say because I'm a tall person. But here's what I would do in your situation. So you're going to be 18 years old, a shorter person. You can still do other things to really enhance yourself. All right? Your hair. You're short. Do you have hair? You can make your hair look amazing and get the attention off of your height. Okay? You could make your skin perfect, your personality, the way you present yourself. These things are way more important than height. Also, being short, you can do video chats. People won't see your height and they'll get to know you. Right now, you don't know how tall I am. Stick to the video chats. All right? You want to kind of take the emphasis off of your height. And definitely don't go after tall girls, okay? Try to find a girl that is shorter than you if you can. Again, I'm a taller person, so it's hard for me to give you, exact advice, but this is the things that come to my mind from, the experience that I've been through. Bruce, how tall is 171 centimeters in feet and inches? Oh, 5'7". Oh, well, that's not that bad. I thought you were talking like 5'1", 5'2". 5'7's totally. I wouldn't even worry about that. There's a lot of guys that are 5'7". But like I said, you can do everything else to make yourself extremely presentable. So, if we're talking specifically just looks, get your hair hooked up. A super cool hairstyle will take attention off of your height. People won't even be looking at your height. Having a part in your hair, a fade, that kind of stuff. Have your skin glowing, perfect body, working out like you're doing is good. If you're 5'7", but you have a perfect physique, a lot of people are gonna forget about the height. You know what I mean? So you gotta really accentuate the other things that you have. And like I said, the personality, a big one. You're working on your hair, skin, physique, confidence. Yeah. The way you carry yourself, your self confidence, all that stuff matters, boozos. Um, if I were you, I would, like we've done on the channel before, find a role model, someone that you would love to, be like or act like. You guys gave me a lot of great looking Indian men that are super cool. I can't remember their names. Who was the one guy? Um, he had an acronym, 3 letters for his name, and he tried to give Lady Gaga a watch. That dude was super cool. Marshall Mathers as a role model. All right, let's look up Marshall Mathers. Bruce, can you give us some good, super cool Indian superstar role models? Marshall Mathers. Oh, Eminem? Oh, no. Definitely not him. No, Boozos. I think you're going in the wrong area here. Bruce, go ahead, continue. Let me see the guys that Bruce gave me. You guys, we've looked at so many great Indian actors and sports people. Asher, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Asher, I'm glad you're here. So we were just talking about how important it is to focus on your personal confidence and how you present yourself. And yeah, we can definitely revisit some standout Indian role models. Just let me know what kind of traits you're thinking of and we'll pinpoint a good fit.
All right, Bruce, give me a good looking, strong Indian athlete who's well known. Yeah, I'm talking about him as a person too. Not a good role
A
model.
great Indian male athlete role model is Neeraj Chopra. He became famous by winning India's first Olympic gold medal in a track and field event at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. His journey from a rural background to global stardom shows a strong work ethic, goal setting, and composure under pressure. Qualities that make him a really inspiring figure. If you'd like, I can find a few more athletes for comparison.
All right, do you see that man right there? These are the type of people that you want as a good role model. Raised his daughter well, is a great father figure. All right, yeah, I mean, that I understand. Uh, Bruce, who is RDJ? Oh, Robert Downey Jr. Okay. No, you guys have shown me so many great Indian role models. I saw some. Remember when we did like the coolest look? Did you see some of those videos? But it's not just that. It's presenting yourself, and I don't want you to get to the point where you're Buzos. You're talking about standing up for yourself, which is telling me, are you dealing with any situations like bullying going on? Something else in your life that you're not telling us? Asher, where'd you go? Where did Asher showed up and just said Jeff? Asher, you've been gone for the longest time. What's up, buddy? All right, Bruce. Bruce, do you remember when we did the cool look? Asher, where have you been? Did you watch the All Star game? It was in Philly. I was really bullied and mocked your entire school life, and you thought the problem was you. Well, let me tell you, my brother went through the same thing.
I'm really glad you're opening up about that. I know it can be really tough to carry that kind of weight from school, but just remember that stuff doesn't define you. You've got so much more ahead of you, and you're already taking the steps to build yourself up now.
Hey, Asher, that's cool. Soccer camp. Awesome. Um, all right, Bruce. So now we're dealing. He reminds me of my brother. My older brother, he was bullied his entire life, and I had to watch this. Um, Bruce, so 17 years old, you've been bullied most of your life, Bruce. How can you start to deal with that situation going into your adulthood? I think Bruce froze on us. All right, so we're going to leave Bruce out of this for now. So, Buzos, I have a lot of experience with bullying because my brother was bullied and I watched that go on. Um, I wasn't bullied per se, but I have a lot of friends that were. And bullying is a big, big topic. What I want to play someone for you. And this guy helped when I was raising my kids to help them to deal with bullying. Um, Let me bring him up. And he's a really good speaker. And he's going to teach you about the word resilience. And I want you to see this little skit that he did with these students. This is a really important topic. So, Asher, hang in there. All right. His name is Brooks Gibbs. I want you to write this down. I want you to watch this man because he really helped me and my children when they were younger. He is a Christian man, but we're not bringing religion into this. He's really gonna stress resilience. Sure, I understand you were scared. So let's take a look at Brooke.
And it's other people trying to. Sociologists have been studying bullying for decades. They just don't call it bullying. They've always called it dominance behavior. That it's other people trying to overpower others. And it's just like the animal kingdom, the alpha male mentality.
Okay, Asher, you're headed to bed, buddy? Yeah, pop in every once in a while, and we'll play some poker when you get done soccer camp, if you're allowed to.
That's what's happening on campus.
No, Buzos. Advice always comes first. I just don't want to get flagged by YouTube here.
So when we understand it in terms of dominance behavior, people trying to have power over another, that helps us understand what to do about bullying when we really understand what it is.
Okay, so Buzos, first thing, and this is for everybody out there. anyone dealing with bullying or friends that are being bullied, this man right here has, you know, I've had my kids. We've watched him way back. I mean, this goes. He's. I wonder how many years ago is this video? Because my kids were 12 years ago. Because I remember this video. Now, he's going to bring a girl up from the audience and tell her to be a bully. And I want you to watch how he handles it. So, Boozos, you're thinking along the lines of like Eminem and standing up for yourself. You're going to get a whole different perspective on bullying here. BrooksGibbs.com. I want you to, Boozos, I'd love you to write that down and watch these on your own and sit down, you know, to spend some time, because if you understand it, you really can help yourself tremendously here. Now, I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, so we're going to skip through and we're going to hit the important points. Now, the important point he just said here, bullying is a power dominance thing where people try to make themselves more powerful than you. All right, so keep that in mind. This is important.
All the bullying experts agree on one thing, that bullying is an imbalance of power, that someone's trying to have power over you. They want to see you lose and they want to win. You see, the experts say it's...
Okay, now I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, so I have to stop there. But I want to soak in these points. Did you understand what the man just said right there? The bully wants to win and you to lose. All right? And we're starting to see a different perspective of things on here. Instead of putting all the focus on you, let's understand the bully. Because what this man is going to teach you could change your life, Boozos. It's all up here. Dealing with bullying is all up here. You're going to learn this. So understand what bullying is. And this man gave you the first biggest clue. The bully dominance. They win, you lose. Let's watch.
It's an imbalance of power. Let me put it this way. Let's say a bully says they hate your guts. I hate your guts. If you respond out of anger, shut up! The bully loves that. Never. I hate you. Don't care. You're hurting my feelings. That's the point, stupid. You see, the more upset you get, the more angry you get, the more fun they have.
All right, what did he just say? What did you just learn in those few seconds? The more angry you get and upset, the better for the bully. Do we understand this? Okay? What you're going to learn here is powerful techniques. But you have to first understand. The more angry you get, the more fun for them. Okay? Let's watch.
But what would happen if we were resilient? Everybody say resilient. What if we were emotionally strong? Everybody say strong. What if we were mentally tough? Everybody say tough. Then no matter what the hater says, you wouldn't care. I hate your guts. That's nice. You smell like body odor. You're nasty. Thanks for the information. Your face is ugly. You have a face of an angel, sweet cheeks.
All right, already we're breaking the whole bullying world apart here. What's going on? What are we learning from this? Very good. Understanding is the first key, Boozos. This is a mind game. Mind game. Some situations, not every situation is going to be perfect like this, but understanding the mind game, you're going to understand watching this man. He's going to teach you about resilience. Let's watch.
Okay, maybe that was too far. But how awesome would it be if you, the victim of relentless teasing and taunting or bullying, decided to not get upset, to have tough skin, to allow the hateful, mean words of others bounce right off you and not care what the other person.
No, Boozos. You don't need to take this to a physical level. No, not at all. You do not see everything you just learned in this last couple minutes. Look at the words that you're talking about. You're talking about fighting. You're talking about anger. And that's the whole problem. The whole problem is that the bully got you angry. No. There's the problem. We need to fix that. That's what this man is going to teach you. I want you to get this up here. If they are getting you angry, then you're not doing it right. Then your thinking isn't right. And you're letting them win. That's what they want. They want you to the point that you are so angry. They've won the game. This is a mind game bullying. Let's watch.
Person says. See, some people say, well, Brooks, doesn't a person have to have a high sense of self-esteem to be able to do what you're asking? Don't they have to have, self-confidence or a high sense of self-worth? No, they don't. If you explain to students that bullying is nothing more than a game about winning and losing, and that the way that they can win is by not getting upset, and the bully will lose. And when people lose, they don't like playing the game, so they'll leave you alone. When you explain that to a student, it's simple, it's concrete. It's not abstract, it's not ethereal, it's not complex.
Did any of that sink in? That right there is the whole nucleus wrapped up into a couple sentences. Bullying is a game. It is a win versus lose thing. The key is not to get upset, to train yourself not to get upset. See, when you can conquer that, when you can be mentally strong enough to not let anything they do upset you, there's the secret to beating bullying. Okay? Take somebody strong in your life, or a role model or a celebrity that would be in your shoes. What would they do different? There's nothing that those bullies would do to upset them. You could take any strong, mentally strong person, and no matter what those bullies are doing, it's not going to upset them. Let's watch some more.
It's simple. Don't get upset no matter what they say. I'm not saying it's easy, but in logic, it's very simple. Now, it's important to know this. When I say bullying, I'm only talking about when someone's hurting your feelings. If you can understand bullying in terms of someone hurting your feelings, then the solution is very simple. But some people think bullying is more complex than hurting your feelings. They think bullying is like violence. Let me make it very clear. When I say bullying, I'm not talking about when someone punches your face. I actually believe that, you should get upset if someone punches your face. That's not bullying. That's called assault and battery. Okay?
Okay, so Boozos, I need to know, was any of the things that happened to you physical? Were you hit? Now we take that to a whole different level. All right? Is this a physical thing that you're dealing or you dealt with? There's a whole different level. Or is it what this man is saying? That it's a dominance, a mind game, win or lose. I feel good to make you feel bad. Hit. Okay, let's watch.
Okay? Don't just stand there. It's all good. dude. If someone straight up punches your face, get upset. Why? Because that's a crime. That's not bullying. It's a crime. And crime should be punished. And if you ever feel like your life is in danger, you should be protected. You should reach out for help. These are social skills that every human needs to learn, because there's mean people all around us. There's jerks everywhere. And I've discovered that when you empower kids to solve their own social problems, 3 things happen. Number 1, they grow in self-esteem, they grow in self-confidence, and they grow in self-worth. All 3 words have one word in common: self. You can't do it for the kid. He has to do it for himself.
All right. He wrapped it all up right there. So, Boozos, you have to do this for yourself. You have to make these decisions to better you. Mentally strong, resilient. And I am not talking about fighting. We are not talking about anger. That's not the answer. In fact, that's the opposite. That's what the bullies want. They win when they get you angry, when they make you feel low about yourself. That's what we need to conquer. It's going to take some work. Like I said, you should write down this man's channel and you should watch. You're going to have to do this for yourself. But up here, mentally strong, resilient. You know what that word resilient means? Nothing they say, it's all going to bounce off of you. You're chill. Okay. Just want you, and it's not just you. Anybody out there that watches this in the future, or if you know anyone dealing with bullying, it's a huge topic. All right. Let's learn a little bit more about resilience.
And only when he solves the problem for himself does he grow in self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth. And that's what we should be doing. Every victim of bullying deserves the right to be taught how to solve their own social problems. And that's what we need to move towards, I believe. Now, in this game, I want you to call me an idiot. I'm going to try to get you to stop being mean. You can make fun of my high forehead, my pointy nose. You can make fun of my ugly clothes. Here's how the game works. It's pretty brilliant. I'm going to try to get you to stop being mean. And if I can stop you from being mean, I win. But if I can't stop you and you keep being mean to me, you win. Okay? So the goal is not to give up. You call me an idiot and you keep making fun of me. I'm going to try to stop you. On the count of 3, everyone say action. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
What'd you say?
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're ugly.
That hurts my feelings.
Yeah, like I care.
I'm going to get you in trouble.
Sure, short stuff.
I'm taller than you.
All right. You asked me about height. Here you go. Here you go. They're doing a little skit. She goes right for the height.
You call me an idiot one more time and I will windmill kick your face.
Like I care. Like you could do anything in those clothes.
These clothes are freaking awesome, okay?
Sure, plaid and sweater vest.
Oh, you have eyes. You can see. Stop being mean.
I hate your face.
Stop being mean.
I hate blonde people.
All right, give her a big hand clap. She did great. All right, now hold on. Good job. All right. I tried to stop you. I couldn't. You did a great job. We're going to play.
Esox, what's up? All right, Esox, we are dealing with the topic of bullying, the topic of dominance and self-worth, mental toughness. Brooks Gibbs here. I've showed this video to my kids. This is a 12-year-old video. And this video is for anybody out there that is dealing with bullying, to understand bullying. Now, Esox, you're, in jiu-jitsu. Here's a great person to talk to. So I'm discussing this topic with Boozos. Asher was on here earlier too. So let's ask you, Esox. how would you deal with a bully? Let's say you're 16 or 17 years old, jujitsu expert. Is there anything that a bully could do to you to make you feel low? And how would you deal with it? Yes, I'm very interested. Well, this is the perfect person to come on here into this topic. Well, of course you were bullied, a jujitsu guy. By the way, I showed a video last night and we think we have you on camera. So you talk, answer Buzo's questions. I'm going to bring up yesterday's video. But we found you. We found who you are. What do you mean that you love bullying? And you know what, Buzos? That's a really interesting thing that, we're talking to somebody who's done jujitsu their whole life. I honestly don't really know. I think you have to be strong and confident. So think about that if you were a jujitsu expert, would bullying be a problem? Would bullying be a problem? And you don't even have to hit anybody. You don't even have to do anything. Just the confidence of being a jujitsu or karate. You're starting to see that it's all up here, a mental game. All right, let me see. I got to find the video here. Oh, he sucks. We were talking about. I wish you would have been on last night. Where is it? Where is it? But that is an interesting take on it. That you'd have so much confidence. I'm pretty confident and a chill person, Jeff. I'm starting to understand. Good. And that's a huge, huge part of it. And anybody watching this in the future, please watch this whole video and learn from here. Come on, oh, that's right. Oh, the video. Oh man, we had to go to YouTube to watch it. Okay, let me get it because I downloaded the whole video on my phone. All right, where is it? We're gonna have it up here in a second. He sucks. I think you're gonna absolutely love this video. It's exactly what I picture you not only to look like, but to act like. And he's a jujitsu guy. I don't think you need to be overconfident, but knowing who you are is a large part of it. Be confident enough, truthful enough to be who you say you are. Yes, that is definitely true, 100%. The advice of a 24-year-old to a 17-year-old is excellent. All right, let me bring this up. And Esox, this is who I pictured you to be. Once we get past the YouTube commercials here. And tell me if this is you. Let's rewind it. And get the volume on. Okay. You may have seen this. Not to jump topics here, but Esox, do you look anything like this guy?
Passenger allegedly became disruptive, even trying to choke another person before other passengers intervened. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the story.
This morning, a man in custody after authorities say he tried to open the door of a Frontier plane mid-flight. The plane from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Chicago diverting to Miami Sunday night. According to the affidavit, 51-year-old Juan Gabriel Reyes told flight attendants he wanted to exit the aircraft. The crew stopped him from opening the exit doors and instructed him to take his seat. Reyes refused and tried to get into the cockpit, shoving his shoulder aggressively on the pilot's door. Reyes then allegedly began choking an off-duty flight attendant.
Esox, is that you? Do you look like that?
Restrain the man.
I instantly just kind of jumped in and safely put him against the wall, restrained him.
Jiu-jitsu expert right there.
Reyes taken into custody facing battery charges.
Esox, he looked anything like that guy.
140 unruly passenger incidents have been reported.
We can't underestimate the problems with the potential threat here when these arise. And we take
The jiu-jitsu guy was so cool. He's chewing gum the whole time.
You guys have to see this. A flight from Puerto Rico to Chicago, and a passenger tries to open the emergency exit door in flight, risking everyone's lives. Who shows up to help and take full control of the situation?
Didn't look anything like him.
The jiu-jitsu guy. Listen to what he's saying.
He's strapped too tight.
He's strapped too tight, you guys. They're using zip ties, and not only is Mr. Jiu-Jitsu fully capable of neutralizing any physical concerns and taking control physically, he's also bringing a high degree of empathy to the situation. He knows this guy's probably suffering a mental health crisis, and he knows this guy's probably having the worst day of his life, so he's trying to protect the guy and not put the zip ties too tight. This is what's amazing about Jiu-Jitsu. Full technical ability to control a dangerous physical situation, but to do so with the highest level of love and care, and that's what's most impressive to me. So when people come to me and they say, Henner, I don't need to learn jiu-jitsu, I'm a lover, not a fighter. You have it all backwards. The biggest lovers are the jiu-jitsu practitioners who are capable of overcoming violence with non-violence and the highest level of compassion. I don't know who this guy is, but I would love to be connected with him, and I want to invite him to do the Safe Wrap Instructor Certification course for free, because I want to amplify further his ability to overcome violence with non-violence, to fight fire with water. And for those of you who are on the jiu-jitsu fence, listen up. It's time to learn jiu-jitsu so that when a situation pops off, you have the choice to intervene because you're trained rather than being a sitting duck with no knowledge and no ability. Learn jiu-jitsu. And you don't need much, you guys. You need just the basics.
There we go. There we go. Anybody out there, there is a possible solution for bullying. Learn jiu-jitsu. There you go. Drink your banana smoothie and think about maybe studying the art of jiu-jitsu. Wow. A solution to bullying. Anyone out there? I mean, this man here wearing a jiu-jitsu shirt, he was a hero. But like this guy said, he fought fire with water, not with fire. You don't have to be Eminem. You don't have to stand up for yourself and beat up somebody. No. Wow. Powerful, powerful stuff. I think you know how to wrestle or do judo too. You need to know how to wrestle or do judo or just do nogi jiu-jitsu. Am I saying that right? N-O-G-I, nogi? Nogi? Grappling, which incorporates wrestling. All right, but we're on the topic of bullying. Bullying. It is a hard one. We're talking about kids in school. My brother was bullied bad, and I had to watch that growing up. Now, I, like you, I was a martial artist when I hit about the age of 13. I was never really bullied. Not being physically able to defend yourself leaves yourself to be a victim of bullying in every sense. That's true. So there's one solution to bullying. Sign up for a martial art. Not so much that you need to beat somebody up as the confidence that will give you. When I was in school, I never had to really deal with bullying. Only in one situation it happened to me, but really for the majority, for me going to an all black school, I made friends with everybody. A lot of them knew that I was doing martial arts, and a lot of them, it's not that that scared people away. It just gave me the confidence. You know that you can beat someone up if the time comes. Yeah. So it's a confidence thing. So as I was telling Buzos earlier, the whole bullying thing is a mind game. Um, but how do you deal with the guys like, all right, let me give you my story of George Hunter. George Hunter. He was the bad kid of the school. He was the kid that nobody wanted to be around. He was trouble. He was a fighter. He wasn't even he was a tiny shrimp. But he had the attitude. He hung out with bad kids from the projects. George Hunter. Wow. And the only encounter I had with him was in class, and we were sitting down. He was bored, looking to bully, and he stepped on my shoe, the tip of my sneaker, so I couldn't move my foot. Like he had all his weight and had my shoe, the tip of my sneaker, pinned to the floor, and I couldn't jerk my foot away. And the more I tried, the more he laughed. And to this day, I think about that. That was my only encounter with one of the baddest kids in the school. But what do you do with a guy like George Hunter? What do you do? Do you resort to violence? Some people would say, hey, I'd punch him right in the face. Right in the middle of class, you want me to take him down? Choke him out? I don't think that would have worked out too well for me. What grade? Ninth grade. You have to remember something. Not everybody is a fighter. I certainly wasn't a fighter, even though I was a martial artist. I was not a fighter. I didn't want to fight. Most people don't want to have an altercation. What do you do if you're being bullied by a kid like George Hunter, who, if you mess with him, you're going to be dealing with him and project kids. Nobody wants to deal with that every day going to high school. I mean, I can't say he sucks. I know in your situation, you're 24 years old, no big deal. You choke him out, life is wonderful. But what if you are the skinnier, non-fighting type? You know what I mean? The kid that just has written all over him, hey, I'm a pushover. How does that kid deal with George Hunter? To prepare for that, are you saying that the only answer is physical violence? The weakness you are is the weakness others exploit. I mean, yeah, George exploited it in many, many kids. I watched constantly. George was always looking to bully. He was the bully. He wasn't tall. He was short, a little muscular, aggressive, very aggressive. Bad kid from the projects, hung with the bad kids. The kids you don't want to mess with. Those kids in the projects are fighters. They came from the hood. The White Hood in Northeast Philadelphia. There was a section in Mayfair, the You could call it the white hood. These are the kids you don't want to get on your bad side. Some people gain satisfaction from finding weakness in others. It's natural instincts and likely just means lower IQ when you need to express it in that way. Yeah, I mean, look, George was a low IQ guy. Um, Fighting is all he knew. I do remember when he fought this kid, David. David was a lot like me, but a little bit more aggressive. And I remember in class or after class, George had David with two fists and doing this to him. And I'll never forget it. David punched him in the face. George had him like this. George laughed. He smiled. He got hit in the face, and he, you know, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw David hit him. And we were like, oh my gosh, David is dead. I don't know what happened from that. Rebecca! Rebecca. George should have started training himself. Could have been a monster. Some people, yeah. Rebecca, good day, mate. Good day. How's the Bobby? No, the topic of today is bullying. To help kids out there deal with bullying. You did a little thinking. Gun laws. Americans have over 300 million people. Australia has less than 30 million, really. Oh, wow. How about that? I did not know that. So, yeah, Rebecca, we were talking about you the other day in Australia. Here, I'll bring up the video that sparked that controversy because I'm not sure that this goes on in Australia. Maybe Rebecca, bullying victims should get guns. No, I don't think that's what she's saying. Okay, I do want you to see this very, very interesting miracle that happened, that took place. And Rebecca, when we brought it up, we talked about Australia. I brought it up that does this happen in Australia? And another reason that you talk about guns, not sure that so much guns right here, but let's take a look at this. And does this happen in Australia? That happens here a lot.
I don't have to tell you guys, this is every New Yorker's worst nightmare. Joe Linsky had just finished New Year's Eve brunch with friends and was waiting
New
for the
Year's
subway
Eve
when the unthinkable happened.
Just
in an ABC News broadcast exclusive, Joe tells us his incredible story of strength and survival. We want to warn you, this video is disturbing.
I just thought, I've been pushed and I'm going to die.
In a split second, Joe Linsky's life changed forever. You can see Joe standing on the platform as the train approaches. That's when a man in a dark jacket walks by and suddenly turns, pushing Joe into the path of that oncoming train.
And the next thing I knew, I was flying through the air and I saw the two lights of the train in my face and I could make out the shape of the conductor, and then I crashed into the tracks and I smacked my head open on the ground.
At the point that you're laying on the tracks, do you realize that the train's coming?
It happened in a flash. When I was midair, I knew that I had been pushed.
While he survived the initial push, the 45-year-old knew he wasn't out of danger.
The third rail, explain it for people who aren't New Yorkers. Why is that so dangerous?
So there's a third rail that runs along the entirety of the MTA system. It's the electrified rail. If you touch it at all, you will die immediately. You cannot move. Don't kick your feet. Don't struggle. You will get electrocuted. You will die.
All right, my question here. First of all, how did he survive that? Now, he talks about the third rail. Was he pushed past the train, or did he go under it? I'm still confused how this man survived that. I have to look at this again. How in the world did he survive this?
So you're screaming for help.
I am. A woman did start responding to me about 90 seconds in, and she tried to keep me calm.
Joe says after about 4 minutes, he could hear the sirens coming.
Be advised, I do have a male on the tracks at that same location. He pushed the male. So the male's under the train right now.
4 minutes is an eternity under a train.
It sure felt like it. As the sirens were approaching, I closed my eyes, because then I guess I felt kind of safe that help had arrived. And they dragged me a few feet to the opening between the two subway cars, and they told me to raise my hands above my head, and 2 firefighters on the platform pulled me up onto the platform, and I heard my ribs crack. It was unbelievably painful.
Joe had a fractured skull, 4 broken ribs, and a ruptured spleen. But to everyone's amazement, Joe had survived.
I can't thank all of them enough, and especially John and Jonathan for getting me out.
Does that go on in Australia? This is why I'm saying we need different gun laws. People need to carry. That's a great script. I almost believe it. Nice try, news exclusive. Well, you think that was fake? Justin, are you saying that whole thing was fake? I don't think so. I mean, the guy got pushed right on the video. What are you saying, Justin? I'm curious.
From underneath that one train.
When you were pulled off that track,
Charlie
you
Kirk
asked about one thing.
My dog Leo, he's 16. He's a dachshund. He's a rescue. So I looked at the firefighters and I said, I know I'm really, really hurt.
What do you mean, what about Charlie Kirk?
He spent 7 days in the hospital, 5 in ICU.
The nursing staff there and the care team there was amazing. Truly amazing.
Police eventually arresting 23-year-old Kamel Hawkins for pushing Joe onto the tracks. He's been indicted on multiple charges, including attempted murder, pleading
Your
not
life
guilty.
is over, buddy.
I'd say to that person.
I'm choosing not to focus on the anger, resentment, or negativity. He's 23. I don't know much about him. I'm focusing on healing, recovering, getting myself back to my life.
These sneakers, the shoes he was wearing that day,
if you ask her, like, audio is non-essential. So I was so confused. So I just heard a no.
Did you get the job, though? Like, you got the gig?
Well, I did one. And then, so I have 14 in my thing, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to get all 14 because I'm on the bat. So tomorrow I might wake up and they're all gone. I just left a note and said it was my first one, and I asked a question in it, but I feel like it's ambiguous enough that the next worker can, so there, it's like a 2-step process.
How much an hour?
The video, and then the next person just.
How much an hour?
That one was 28.
28 an hour, nice.
$2 bonus. So I'm gonna get up at 7 tomorrow before I have to take Catherine to her appointment, and see if I still have tasks, and I'll try to do them tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
Some people work overnight. You know, it depends on the hours. People all over the world doing these, so there might not be anything left, especially if that's the only project.
AI is growing. Wow. What? Nobody could hear what you were saying.
Okay, don't say anything about what I do.
No,
I could be a fire.
I'm not going to say anything. We all should carry an AK-47.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think it's going to get to the point. I don't even think this is a should not. It is going to be inevitable that everybody in America is going to start to carry a gun. That's how crazy it's getting out there. I hate to say it. I mean, look at this. This man is looking at his cell phone. You can't even go on the subway anymore and wait for a subway train. He was about to meet Jesus. I don't know how he avoided meeting Jesus. He was perfectly pushed in front of a moving subway. And the moron that pushed him, his life is over. You didn't even accomplish your task. You schmuck. Not only did the man survive, your life is over. You're never going to see daylight again. What good did that do? We all should carry. I don't mean to disrespect or disagree, but some things are a gimmick. Oh, come on, Justin. There's no way this is fake. They interviewed the man. The man had broken ribs. You saw the video. You saw him get pushed right in front of the train. How could you think this is fake? I don't see how that could be fake. I know, believe me, I've been getting duped by AI left and right. You guys have been telling me. I've been in heaven's waiting room. What? Rebecca, I need to know right now what in the world happened. The floor is yours. What? Do you think you died and came back? And there's another topic. What about all these stories that people talk about dying and coming back? Are they real? I had a guy at the basketball league told me he died twice and came back. Same experience. He thought he saw somebody look like Jesus in some kind of light. And then he woke up. They revived him from, he had some kind of disease or something. And then he ends up beating it. Wait, America got guns, right? Jeff, bro. An American civilian has a right to own a gun for hunting. Yes. There are also time travelers. Time travel? I wished. I accidentally ran into someone's fist. All on TV? What? Rebecca, are you saying we can watch this right now? I don't want to see somebody hit you, but I'd love to see the story. What in the world? Rebecca, did you get jumped or something? Wow, really? Like you got attacked? One punch? Or did you get attacked? It reminds me of the story. I don't even want to bring it up. The woman that went to the Dominican Republic, she gets kidnapped for, I think, what was it? 8 hours. And this, whoever it was, just beat this woman up for 8 hours. Everybody was looking for her, and then the man just let her out. He got away with it. She was beaten up pretty bad. Stopped breathing. One punch. Do you know what went on in Philadelphia? All the kids started doing a game called Knockout. Do you remember when that was in the news? They were just going up to business people from behind and just cold knocking them out, blindsiding them. That whole thing went on. Have you watched a video? I possibly play it, Jeff. In South Korea, there's a play of Jesus gets lifted by cranes so high in the air, it's insane. Not sure what you're saying, Muhammad Ali. Not exactly sure, Justin, what you're saying. You kind of clear it up for me. Future Boxing Hall of Famer. So, Rebecca, can you tell us a story? Do you mind? I'm really curious what happened to you. First of all, I have questions. So, how old were you when this happened? Where were you? Did you know the person? Well, she said the face. I think she said the face. But did anybody remember in the news in America where they were doing this? I think a guy in New York, they showed the kids were just going around sucker punching business people. Solar plexus, really? I mean, it's just crazy that, like I said, it's going to get to the point where guns, you're going to have to carry. There's too many crazy open shooters. 4 years ago at home, he was drunk. He punched me. He had to do CPR. The man who punched you, was this a someone that you were romantically involved with? Like an abusive relationship? Wow. That is something. I'll tell you guys a story. The only time I was punched in the face, 6th grade. His name was Todd. Me and one. Remember, I was telling you guys about the project kids. Ex-partner. Okay. So he got drunk. I hope. Please tell me he got in some kind of trouble. Police. Anybody. Anything happened to him? I don't know how somebody can hit a woman. I don't understand how a man can do that. I really don't. I thought you were a bully, and no, I was never a bully. So me and this kid Pat, who was one of the bad kids from the projects, $800 fine. Wow. Oh, Rebecca, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry. No way someone can punch you. So here's what happened. We were walking to English class and we were late. Todd was walking in front of me about 2 or 3 feet, and the bad kid next to me from the projects, he started stepping on the back of Todd's shoe to make his shoe come off. So he did it real quick. Todd turns around. He thinks I did it. Turns around and just sucker punches me. And I just saw red. 12 years old. And I mean, I'm not a fighter. And I just lost it. So I just grabbed his head and I just started kneeing his head against the wall. That's all I remember. I think I gave him like 5 knees to the head against the wall. And Pat's laughing the whole time. And then we walked to English class like nothing happened. Nothing ever came of it. That was the end of it. I went to high school with the kid. That was 6th grade. I ended up going to the high school with the kid. Every time I saw him, I thought about it. He probably forgot about it by 9th grade. Never forget that. Only time I was ever hit in the face. Tell me, well, I guess when you knee somebody in the head 5 times. But really, it was the kid from the projects. He's the one. He's just a bad kid. Guys, I grew up in Northeast Philadelphia. It was like the white ghetto. It was a place where bullying was at an all-time high. But Rebecca, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to hit a woman. I can't understand P. Diddy and all these people out there. How could you? I'm so glad that sports players get in so much trouble and the spotlight. How many players, I could just think of so many that were out there for hitting their wives. I don't know how a man could do that. Esox, could you imagine hitting a woman with all your might? Rebecca, was that the only time that that's happened? The guy was Fijian who also had kava. He was off his face. I don't know what kava is. Let me look up kava. Kava. Alcoholic. Oh, alcohol? Wow. So, Rebecca, how long were you with that man for? I think you said, did you say you don't have any children? Am I correct? You have 5 sisters, I think you told us? No children? I can't remember if you said you had children. Only in training, but not with all your might. All right, well, that's different. Esox, in your wildest moments of rage, could you hit a woman? And believe me, I've had girls get me so upset, crazy upset, but I couldn't hit a woman. I don't understand how somebody could do that. Only if they, only in like self defense maybe, or protecting another person, but not what happened to Rebecca. No. I've done it when I was doing Thai kickboxing, but never out of anger. Kava turns into a drink, natural. I was only with him for 8 months. I hope you ended it right after that. Did you end it? I'm just curious. I understand how with some women. Oh, Justin, you're too kind. You're too kind. No. Well, let me ask you this, Isak. You being a jujitsu expert, if you saw a man hitting a woman, what would it propel you to get involved? And at what level would he have to be hitting her? What if they were quarreling and he didn't quite hit her, but he was about to? Would you get involved then? So you are okay. Now, do they teach you that in jujitsu to defend others? I've had to be giving a false name because he was stalking me. Wow. Let me see. This message got flagged. Rear naked. I can go to sleep. They flagged rear naked joke. Wow. Rebecca, when did let's help other females out there. Rebecca, what advice would you give to a female to avoid that situation? What are the signs? Listen, my mom, I had a very evil stepfather from the age of my dad left when I was 5 to about 15. Uh, he was mostly mentally abusive verbally, but a little bit physically sometimes. So how do we help women out there avoid a man like that? What are the signs? When did you notice things were different? Did you know he was like this? Probably not in the beginning. How can a woman get out of that situation or avoid it? What are some things that you can test a guy with? What questions in the beginning to find out what he's really like underneath? It's not really a morality class. Well, according to that other guy that we watched the video, it was a big part of jujitsu to fight fire with water. I would do a rear naked choke. You have at least break an arm or a leg if a guy's hitting a woman. If someone is hurting you, tell someone. All right. Well, there's your first piece of advice. Let's wake up, Bruce. This is really important. So, guys, today's topic in this video, we started out with bullying, and now we're turning that to helping women out there uh, dealing with an abusive man. East Sox, but yeah, bring it on lane. That guy is Roger Gracie, and he is a salesman. Who's Roger Gracie? If someone is hurting you, tell someone. You can't avoid it because it's often our personality. He lied, lied, lied. I had no idea he already been in jail for the same thing. Wow. All right. Let's get Bruce involved. Bruce? All right, Bruce, we're on with several of the live stream people here. Bruce, the topic at hand, we want to help women avoid an abusive man or how to get out of that situation, a very, very difficult situation of an abusive, aggressive man who's already been in jail. But, Bruce, up front, how can a woman avoid getting
The most
involved with a
important thing
man
up
like
front
that?
is to recognize early red flags, things like controlling behavior, isolating you from others, or patterns of anger. If you notice these signs, trust your instincts, set boundaries, and don't hesitate to seek support from trusted people or professionals. Prevention is key, and being proactive about your safety is critical.
So, Rebecca, tell us about when you met him, uh, how you met him, if you don't mind, so we can help other women out there deal with the situation of avoiding somebody like that. I know it's easy to hide. My stepfather hid it very well from my mother. Um, Bruce, what are the signs? What questions can we ask? What things can we research to find out? Are we dealing with a lunatic?
You can ask about past relationship patterns, how they handle anger, and how they treat others. Do they respect boundaries? Do they blame others for all problems? And research criminal history if needed. Ultimately, consistent respect and accountability are non-negotiable.
He was a narcissist, yeah, obviously.
Exactly.
You
And
were locked
narcissistic.
in a house? Now, Rebecca,
That's
you said this was on TV. What do you mean this was on CC? Bruce, what is CCTV? Is there a channel in Australia?
CCTV usually refers to closed circuit television, which is surveillance video. If she means it was monitored on camera, it could be something like security footage. If it's something else, she might need to clarify what channel or context she meant.
She met him socially. The quiet, hands in pocket type. He lied. Just try to ask more questions. Rebecca, what is CCTV?
Yes, Rebecca. Could you clarify what you meant by CCTV in your situation? Were you referring to surveillance footage or something else?
Bruce, a woman meets a man. You start to get involved a little bit. Are there things you can do? Check out his social media, see who he
Yes.
associates with. I mean, with social media. So, what did you say? How many years ago? 8? So, social media was out. Closed
Exactly.
circuit TV. Oh, home security. Okay, you're right, Bruce. Home security.
Got it. So
Trust
it was
your
about
gut. What about trusting your gut? I mean, ESOX, there's no way my mom could have known about my stepfather. Quiet,
right.
nice, paying for everything. I mean, Bruce, the first 3 months, you really don't know a person.
Exactly. The first few months can be a honeymoon phase where people present their best selves. Time and consistency are key. You want to watch for patterns, not just isolated gestures.
Wow, he was in jail. What was he in jail for? Curious. Bruce, how do you find out if someone you're dating was in prison or not?
To find out if someone has a criminal record, you can check public court records or background check databases depending on local laws. If you ever feel something is off, it's reasonable to do some due diligence. Trust but verify.
You're going to notice things after that. You should pay attention.
Exactly. Once you see warning signs, don't brush them aside. Pay attention, trust your observations, and if something feels wrong, take it seriously.
She said that he was in jail for domestic violence. Bruce, all right, so if you're a woman and you're in that situation, domestic violence, how do you deal with it? It's not easy to get out of. You're dealing with a maniac. What do you do, Bruce?
First and foremost, prioritize your safety. Reach out discreetly to a trusted friend, family member, or a local support hotline. Create a safety plan, including an exit strategy. Professional resources such as domestic violence shelters or legal aid can help you navigate safely. Never hesitate to reach out for support.
Rebecca, did you tell anyone that you were dealing with the situation? Isak says a lot of women will stay with men they know they can get violent because they can't believe that they would get violent to them. Rebecca, was that your situation? Tell police even when they don't believe you. Keep talking, keep talking. So you told the police? Did you tell friends? Did you tell anyone on social media?
It's crucial to have a support network. Telling trusted friends or family.
Yeah. All right, enough of Bruce. Yeah, the bruises are evidence. Oh, man, Rebecca, sorry you had to go through this. Just want to help anybody else out there, any other females, or anyone getting bullied. So, this all started with Buzos dealing with the topic of bullying through his school. No friends. He completely kept me isolated. Yeah, there's another sign when they want to keep you isolated. My stepdad, so as soon as my dad and mom got divorced when I was 5, dad met another woman and he moved off to Florida, and mom told me that she went out to a place called Pavio's restaurant bar. She was scared. She had 2 boys to raise, no education, no job. My dad was the breadwinner and he's leaving. If someone is hurting you, tell someone. All right, girls out there, ladies, if someone is hurting you, tell anyone. Come to this live stream and tell us. Well, you're probably not going to see this live stream. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I remember my stepdad, loud, scary, an intimidator. Sweet as apple pie, my mom said when she met him at Pavio's. Man, I cursed the night that she went there. An evil man, chronic drinker, smoker. I didn't have my first alcoholic drink till I was like 23. Because of him, he drank Genesee Light and Camel cigarettes. Those 2 things will forever be etched into my mind. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I talked to his daughter on Facebook a while ago. All of his kids do not talk to him. He became extremely controlling to the point that they just cut him out of their lives. All right, let's get to my photos. I had 5 police bust in with guns. I hung out a window to get attention. Really? So who called the cops? How did the cops get you hung out the window screaming and somebody called the police? Is that what happened? Wow. I can't I can't imagine what that must have been like. The driver called? Oh, I'm so glad he did. So police came in. What did they do to him? Take him to jail? Let me see if I can find my stepfather. Oh, man. Guys, tonight's topic, bullying, abusive relationships, um, what to do, how to prepare, how to prevent, how to get out. We the first thing is tell someone. Don't keep that bottled up. Don't keep it bottled up. Rebecca, were there times that you felt like you wanted to get out and away from him? Did you almost break it off? Just sat him outside while they took you in an ambulance. So did he knock you unconscious?
Yay, you came out.
All right, let me see if I can find.
Stairs, babe? Okay.
Let's see if I can find pictures. Oh my gosh, my high school yearbook.
You need the air on?
Oh my goodness gracious. Looking at all my friends from high school. So how did the breakup go? Was it over that night, the night he hit you like that? Did you go back with him? What happened from that point on, that day? You guys ready to see the picture? I was locked in a house. I stopped breathing. He called the ambulance to get CPR. Oh my gosh, what a creep. So sorry. There I am. 18 years old, 17, 18. It was over. I've been kicked and bruised enough. And then he stalked you after that? When did he finally stop? Was there something to finally get him to stop? Look at me, guys. Oh my gosh. The part in the middle of the hair. The mustache I never shaved. This was the linebacker from the football team. I had so many people playing chess in the school. There's Mr. Kushner, my father-like figure. Then he became a stalker. Nothing has stopped him. So is he still doing this to you? Is he still checking up on you? Have you dated anybody since? Just curious. So that was 4 years ago. Are you afraid to date another man because of him? Here's another picture of me in high school. There I am. Have to sign another breach of order this week. He won't stop seeking me out. Even to this day, he's still. Jeez. So, Rebecca, have you dated? I guess not. And that means the last 4 years, no dates? Or you're afraid to bring a man home to get him involved? Oh, through Facebook, he's stalking you. So sorry to hear that. That's just a tough, horrible situation. Man, what do you do? Let's bring Bruce back into this. If anybody's watching this in the future, we need to deal with this situation and get any kind of help we can. If Bruce will wake up. All right, Bruce, back to the situation that Rebecca is in, an abusive relationship. It's been 4 years and the man won't stop stalking her. What do you do? Somebody's on your social media. She had a brain bleed and it took a lot to recover. What do you do when the crazy person is out there on Facebook? How can you possibly date someone else? How could you bring another man into the picture? What do you do, Bruce? How do you handle a situation, a tough, tough situation?
In such a complex situation, keep your safety top priority. Consider legal measures like restraining orders, document all incidents, and involve law enforcement when needed. Limit social media exposure, adjust privacy settings or take breaks, and take your time before dating. There's no rush. Lean on support networks or professional counseling. You deserve to feel safe first.
Okay, Rebecca, so have you gotten any professional counseling or any support networks? Facebook has wonderful, wonderful groups, and that would be a great thing. I would probably try joining. They have all kind of groups. Justin, you're hanging in there, bro. You're hanging. Did you see my pictures of me in high school? Well, I'm looking at all my old photos here. Oh, man. I'm trying to find my stepfather. Been there, done that. Police know. No counsel. I monitor my own mental health. Rebecca, it's so hard to do on your own. I know it's hard, for anybody to give you advice. I just don't want to see you being unhappy like this. What did the counselors say? Did they offer you any help, anything? All right, we're gonna look at some more pictures of me while Rebecca. No. I always have, like when Buzos was talking about bullying, me and Asher were talking about soccer. It's totally fine to have several different things going on. This is very important, very, very important. So we can help other people out there. So, did you join a Facebook group, Rebecca? It just sounds like you're living in seclusion. I mean, I'm only guessing. I don't know your situation. But it sounds like you're living in seclusion, and I don't know if that's so healthy. There's wonderful Facebook groups out there. Like, I'm in a glaucoma Facebook group. No Facebook. Are you keeping this all into yourself? Well, hey, if you can talk about it out here, at least it's some, avenue for you. We're certainly here to listen. Yeah, we just want to make sure you're okay. Yeah, we don't want you to relive it. We definitely don't want you to relive it. We just want you to uh, help anyone else out there that we can. Yes, you're definitely super strong. I can tell. Uh, you know, hey, we're here for you. We're here for you. And anything we can do to help and to help others, a tough situation. Ladies out there, tell someone. If you are watching this in the future, don't keep it in. Don't let it go on. Tell someone. Anybody. But get it out there. Don't let it continue. How hard is it to get away? I could imagine what that. Uh, it's like a nightmare situation. I'll let you see some photos while we talk. He's 19 years old now. That little boy is 19. Incredible. Well, thank you for sharing that. Definitely. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, we're not going to make you relive it. I guess you're not dating anybody, or haven't dated in 4 years since him. That 19-year-old little diamond. Yeah. Yeah, my baby boy. Let me see if I can get another good video for you. Wow. Yeah, I went to Cisco Live, San Francisco. Rebecca, did you ever think of moving? Did that cross your mind? Did you ever think of leaving the country? Or just moving to a different part of the country? So this photo, Justin, I grew up in Philadelphia and I never touched a hammer and a nail until I got married at 32 years old. And I had to start learning, once I got married and had a house, I had to start learning how to do this stuff. This was the very beginning of that. I remember we bought a house and I wanted to take the patio and make that a room. I thought it'd be a great project for me to do, to learn how to do everything. I moved all over. He kept finding me. I was given another name, and I find now. Did the police have a restraining order on this guy? But when you say you're fine now, what does that mean? I mean, he's still out there. Do you feel comfortable enough to date another man? Me being brown, I call some of my white buddies diamond, Jeff, because of their blue eyes and toughness in general. White people are crazy in a good way. Everybody's crazy in a good way, not just white. Yes, to this day, it doesn't stop him. Oh, Rebecca. So I guess you're not dating, Rebecca? Have you, not even thought about it because of this guy? look at these pictures. Yeah, I could tell. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. Do you want to see my father? There he is, holding my 18-year-old daughter. 18 years ago. Dad's going to be 85. No dating. No. There's my Ella. That little girl's going off to college in a month. I'm trying to find her a car. Do you want to date? Or is it just not an option? You haven't even thought about it? Have you thought about getting off of social media? Does he communicate with you through texting, IMs? Here we are with Uncle Artie. This was the day after my birthday, July 5th. I have a personal stereotype which I believed about white people are fearless. They ain't scared of ghosts or some random guy on the street. Justin, that is a very interesting generalization. I can't shake this guy. I'm not interested. I block, but he changes the names. Oh my gosh. Ay, 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 wow. Who's eating my food? That sounds like Jaden. No, the little one. It's Catherine. Wow, Rebecca, wow. Talk about a very, very, very tough situation. Am I right that you don't have any children, Rebecca? Tell someone. If somebody's hurting you, definitely tell someone. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. How long was he hurting you? From the very first time. How long did it go on? It's a lot of diamonds for today. Cute pictures. God bless you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for hanging out, my man. I'm just looking at my high school pictures. Trying to find my stepfather. 8 months. Well, you're in a tough situation. And the police, nothing? Restraining orders don't stop him? What do the police do when he violates the restraining order? So I'm wondering, are you communicating with him in any way? Something's keeping him going after you. Something. I mean, does he understand that it's over? Or does he still think there's a chance? Man, what a situation you're in. Phew, talk about. What do your friends say? I'm curious. Who is cooking out there? It's a little one. I knew it was. That little one can eat a lot of food. What are you making? I want some. I'm fine. It's only a piece of pie. Breach of order. Whoop-de-doo. I'm curious, what do your friends think? Early 80 and 90, USA police is so much different. 2000s, oh yeah, definitely. And it depends on the police officer. Some really don't care, and yeah, he's right. Right, Justin. Police can't explain. It's been years, but I am still on his mind. Sounds like my stepfather. He really does. I'm trying to find my stepfather. I know I have one picture of him somewhere. I know I showed you guys this picture before. I think this was right as we got engaged. Wow. And you would think, can't he find another woman and leave you alone? Don't understand it. I really don't understand it. That little one is in my kitchen right now. There I am with glasses. This is what led me to get LASIK surgery we talked about in the beginning of the video. Gosh, it's got to be like 1996. Thank you, Rebecca. There's one of my good friends who died. Robbie. I did a whole video on him. Does anybody watch my offline videos? I did a video of Rob. Oh, thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. He's dead. That's my brother. Yeah, these are old. 2000, I'll say 2001, 2002. Could be earlier. Ricky's dead now. There's my mom and my 19-year-old son. Mom is 82. I'd say that's about 7 years ago. I had a really bad hair day. What was up with my hair? Well, that girl is 18 and he's 19 now. This is at Knoebels Grove, which is a huge park. And that girl's in college, 21 years old. Family picture day. Gosh, 8 years ago. Family picture day. We just had this last Saturday. That's not from last Saturday. Here, let me bring up my current. I usually put my family picture as my Facebook picture. Here you go. This is from last Saturday. Here's the up-to-date current. There we are. Last Saturday. I didn't age. I know. You should see my mom. Her skin is flawless at 82 years old. It's just in my family. I don't know what it is. There we are. That is 1 week ago. Incredible. I know. Unbelievable. Oh, the stories, everything, all the experiences I went through. It is unbelievable. Rebecca, am I correct? You don't have any children? Oh, Justin, you're too kind. You are too kind. I tell my kids, I don't live for myself. I live for them. I absolutely live for them. There they are. Like that picture? Yeah, it's... And then you have Uncle Artie, 100 years old. That's my mom's brother. That's my brother. He's 60. I'm 56. And Uncle Artie, 100. 100. Can you believe it? I remember in 1980 going to his house for Easter every year. Wow. Now he's 100. Incredible, guys. Let's see if I can leave you with one last picture. Well, Rebecca, I hope we helped. I hope we helped at all. Justin, thank you for hanging in there. Rebecca, we will be here for you every night. Every night. I know it's super late where you're at. But hey, if you can talk here to me and the Livestream family, please don't apologize. No, that's why I wanted this channel. That's what this channel is for. This channel is exactly for you. You have a family here. We are your family. Don't say sorry. We are thankful that we can talk to you and to experience life and hear your story and be there for you. Yeah, I am a little nostalgic. I was looking for my stepfather. He sounds a lot like the guy Rebecca's dealing with, but not as bad. I mean, my stepfather did some crazy things, like punched me in the chest when I was like 8 years old, but I never saw him hit my mom. He did put a gun to my head, but he just wanted me to drop the phone because mom told me to dial 911. No, no apologies. No, we're all good here. We're all good here. We're all family. Rebecca, we're all here for each other. You know, I'm so glad this channel happened. So glad you have someone to hear your story. A lot of people are going to hear your story. You had everything? What do you mean had everything? What does that mean? This was a New Year's Eve wedding. I think it was 5 years ago. You think my wife is pretty? That's evil. My stepdad. Why did he do that? Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, my stepdad, he was an evil man. He lost everything. He lost his kids, everything. what really killed me is mom finally left him, started a life, got a job. We were doing so good. And when I was like 13 years old, and then she goes back. He tricked her. He tricked her so bad that he started going to church with her. So Jesus came into her life when I was like 12 years old. We didn't have any religion in our life at all up until that. And when mom started going to church, he knew that was the only way he was going to get her back. And he started going to church knowing he was a phony. He even tricked the pastor. The pastor told my mom, yes, I think he's a changed man. As soon as she agreed to go back with him, right back to his old self, the same things all over again. And then she got rid of him for good. So I think I was about 15 when maybe 16 when finally she got rid of him. You know, she was so afraid to go on Facebook because of him. No, he's the farthest thing from a church person. My stepdad, it was all an act just to get her back. I knew it. Mom was falling for it. The pastor told her to do it. This is my work. At my work, I made a little photo with a black background. So anybody I help at work, that's my icon. I got a little circle like this big, and the background is completely black. I know. That's a $4 jacket. $4 I got that at. I forget where we were. I think Ross. Doesn't that look like an expensive jacket? We were at like a clothing store. I saw it for $4. Wore that to a wedding. $4. I know. I saw it like, you know what? I'm gonna probably look pretty good in this. There I am. $4. People thought it was a $200 jacket. Here we are with the jacket. Dancing on the dance floor. My wife was bombed out of her mind that night. Oh, she gets drunk. She is so fun. Completely different person. Completely different person. Here I am without the jacket. That's in my in-laws' house that we just went to and had all those pictures taken. Wow, really? You never got drunk? Yeah, it didn't start to me till I was 23 years old. So all it took was one tiny little sip. One little sip. Because I refused to drink because of my stepdad. Or smoke. But the one girl I was seeing just told me to take one little sip. That's all it took. Yeah. Here we are, more fall pictures. We usually do summer and fall pictures every year. This is, well, he's 19 now, and Ella is 18. Here we are. More fall pictures. Her sister takes these pictures. She always does it to us for free. Oh, here's my wedding photo. There we are. October 5th, 2002. Incredible. What a day. What a day. I met so many people, so many faces I didn't know. You know, on my wedding day, like, I think there were 150 people. I brought like 15 people. The rest were on her side of the family. And 80% of them I didn't know. Thank you. I feel like a blessed man. I do. This is about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. There's the whole family. My wife's sister, her brother, his wife, her parents. You were born January 22nd, 2002? Wow. Oh, wow. How about that? Not that far apart. Well, Justin, I was getting engaged that Valentine's Day, so a couple weeks after you were born, Daily Dose of Jeff was getting engaged. And little did you know, some 24 years later, we would be meeting on YouTube Live. You never know how life works out. I know. Incredible, guys. All right. Last picture is going to be of Disney. We will end the night on this picture. One of 3 trips that I've taken to Disney. 4 if you include the one my brother and I went to when I was 7. But I took the family 3 times. There we are. Justin, have you ever been to this place? There's the castle. Who the heck? I never even noticed. Oh, that's my sister-in-law photobombed the picture. I just caught. She always photobombs our pictures. Oh my goodness, I just caught that. Rebecca, have you ever been to Disney? Wait, have you ever come to America, first of all? I don't think you ever came here, did you? 33 times? What? Wait a second. What Disney were you at 33 times? In Australia? Is there a Disney Australia? Yeah, that was my sister-in-law. I didn't even notice she photobombed. You live, oh, that's right, Los Angeles. Yes, I forgot. I went to that one once. And this one 4 total times in my life, 3 with my family. I cannot believe Erica photobombed. I never saw her face back there. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. 33 times. What did you do? Did you ever think about moving back? Rebecca, there's one answer to get rid of him. You'd have to get off of social media, come to America, go back to Los Angeles. Get rid of him out of your life. You can keep Australia as your home. Just do it for a little while to get him out of your life. Come to America and start dating. Go on some dates. Enjoy your freedom, knowing that he's thousands of miles away. Shut down your... Actually, you know what? Keep your social media. Let him think that you're still in Australia. Aussie. Justin, what do you think of that advice? Let that guy think you're in Australia. Come back to America and you can have your life back. There you go. Daily Doses Jeff's advice to Rebecca. Come back. But don't let him know. And keep putting out Australian posts. Let him think you're there. I like that advice. Let him think you're still there. Tell him you're moving. Because he's going to go to your house, see you're not there. Say, I'm getting another house in Australia. Wow. And then come here. He'll never have an idea. Unless some of your friends give you up. Now that. But you don't think he'd come to America, would you? He wouldn't be that crazy to come out here. No way. No. He's not leaving Australia. That'd be a way. That'd be interesting. Get your life back. You could go on some dates, meet some men out in California. Think about it. 33 times at Disney. Wow, I can't believe you lived here. That's right. I totally forgot. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm still recovering from my 72-hour fast. My body is still adjusting. Even if he messes with you in America, he will get sued by America. Oh, he does. Yeah, he doesn't want to come here and try to violate a restraining order. They won't take it as lightly as they do in Australia. No. He will definitely not like going to prison and jail here. Tell him, Justin, you come here, you're safe. He's not going to mess with you here. That doesn't go on here. Restraining orders, police don't play. No. Rebecca, do you think that man would come to America if he knew you moved here? And how would he even know where you went? How would he know what state you went to? Unless you're friends or somebody gives you up. Yeah, no way he comes here. There is your answer. No chance he's coming here and trying to hunt you down. He doesn't know anything about America. You do. You know Los Angeles by the back of your hand. Come here. Come to America. Get your life back. Wow. Could you imagine if Daily Dose of Jeff's channel changed someone's life that drastically? Hey, it's all about advice. This is all about advice. Think about it. Don't rule anything out. Maybe. There you go. What do you think, Justin? It's a solution. There's a solution. Come back for a little bit. You don't have to ditch Australia forever. But come back and enjoy 10 years. 10 great years. Come to America. You'll be liberated. Yes, get your old job back. I'm sure you can. You're a professor of dance. You get a job in a heartbeat in Los Angeles. Oh my goodness, you're worth your weight in gold. Wow. Maybe. And with that, my good friends, to you all, peace out, Girl Scouts.